The Las Vegas Raiders ended up making 7 selections in just 4 rounds of the 2020 NFL Draft, having multiple picks in rounds 1, 3, and 4. Safety Tanner Muse out of Clemson is one of 2 Tigers that they drafted in this class, and the 5th in 2 years. What I liked most about the Raiders draft was them nabbing 3 of Football Game Plan Scouting's #1 graded prospects at split end with Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama, inside receiver with Brian Edwards out of South Carolina, and slot corner Amik Robertson out of Louisiana Tech. Ruggs' game reminds me a lot of Joey Galloway and how he's a chunk play waiting to happen. He gives Las Vegas a bona fide X-receiver out there on the perimeter. And with Edwards, they get a physical presence on the interior that isn't afraid to go over the middle of the field. What I like most about his game is that he's shown to be an above average catch and run guy, and reminds me a lot of James Jones, who played with both the Packers and the Raiders. And Robertson is one tough SOB. He's another quintessential example of size not being a skill. He has the footwork to mirror and match with the best of them, the instincts to anticipate what's coming, and the ball skills to make a play and turn the ball over. I think he's going to be a fantastic pro. I also liked how the Raiders came away with 2 players that were number 2 at their positions on our Football Game Plan scouting board: cornerback Damon Arnett out of Ohio State and guard John Simpson out of Clemson. Arnett was our number 2 boundary corner, showing the technical savvy to press, wall off receivers, and stay in the hip pocket as well as he goes down the sideline. He's also not afraid to go up there and make a play in the run game. I think he can honestly play all 3 corner spots. And John Simpson's recognition and functional strength makes him such a good prospect in my opinion. I think he's solid on both ends of offense, and you rarely see him out of position. Also, grabbing Lynn Bowden out of Kentucky, who graded out as our number 4 slot receiver, just shows you how serious the Raiders were in getting more dynamic and versatile on offense. They list him as a running back and plan to use him all over the field. I like that designation, as it makes him someone that you have to account for on the field at all times because of his background as a quarterback and also as a receiver. He is Las Vegas' version of Taysom Hill. I gave the Raiders an A+ for their draft. They knocked it out of the park in my opinion, nabbing great football players who also happen to be good, versatile athletes as well. This team is shaping up nicely for John Gruden, and back-to-back solid classes for General Manager Mike Mayock.